Right, today marks a momentous occasion. I don't know if that's the right word in UK combat sports and martial arts in general. Today marks the 20th anniversary of Fighters Inc. We're here outside the club of their choice, West Ham United,
Go on, the Hammers.
in the Olympic Park to speak to Paul Alderson and Mr. Joe Long. How you doing, guys?
Good. A few aches and pains, but 20 years on.
20 years on, we've just finished an interview with a legend of karate, Mr. Christoph Pinner, and we thought we'd catch up with you guys to kind of talk about how special it feels to be 2 decades deep and still going strong. So how do you feel, both of you, to, be here after 20 years?
Well, shall I start, Joe?
Yeah, go on, mate.
Well, we started it because we wanted to initially do a karate event, didn't we? We'd both sort of come to the end, or I'd come to the end of my karate career and wanted to do a karate event, which was then called 3-on-3. But over them sort of 20 years, it's really kind of, we've moved into all the different fight sports and strength sports. Worked in karate, kickboxing, mixed martial arts to a degree. Obviously, the Senny Show has been one of our big initiatives and achievements, I would say.
Yeah.
And we're at the other end at 20 years later. It doesn't feel like 20 years. It's gone quite quick. Lots of different projects, film festivals, all sorts of different things, and I think that's one of the things why we're still here, because we've been diverse, hopefully, in what we've done, not just stuck at one sport or one area. We've tried to adapt and take what we can.
Definitely, because just sitting in Joe's office a few days ago, there's some of the posters of some of the stuff you've done, and there's a wide variety. It ranges from is it the Wheel of Light with the Shaolin monks, to Pain and Glory, the first hybrid show in the UK. So Joe, kind of give us some insight in how it felt to be able to achieve all the stuff you've achieved after all these years.
I mean, Paul and I don't talk on camera a lot together. Paul usually sort of kicks me up front and I talk, so it's nice to have Paul on camera. But I think that's the good thing with Paul and I's relationship, is that we both like doing different things, and I think that's what's kept our working relationship together for so long, because we, as Paul said, we've diversified and we've done different things, and we've done different things on our own, but you still come back into the Fighters Inc. pot. And that journey through all the different things we've done, whether it's MMA, kickboxing, Thai boxing, strongman, arm wrestling, films, TV programs, documentaries, so on and so forth, event management, fighter management. It's been so diverse, and I think the diversity is what's kept us going, and both of us being able to do our own thing, as well as working as a team, so
because it's different from month to month. It's been different from month to month, hasn't it? So 1 week we're working on an exhibition, trying to deliver the trade show, and then we're working for a client promoting a theatre show. So at the core of it all, it's all been martial arts and fight sports and strength sports, which has been great. So we work in other sports as well, but Fighters Inc. has always been about sort of focusing and making sure that over the 20 years it's been about fighting.
Yeah, I think not a lot of people realise, but when both Paul and I was younger and started to get involved in sports management and event management and sports development, back then, we both done work experience and a lot of stuff with football. It's quite funny that we're here at West Ham, but our sister company is Players Inc., who's run by a guy called Barry Neville, and he's the guy what sort of really introduced Paul and I into the sports development and sports marketing and management field. So both Paul and I also still do bits and bats with football. Brilliant.
And what continues to drive you both? Like, is it the variety that you've just spoken about, or is it more, do you still retain the passion for sports management, etc.?
Well, it depends what day of the week you call us. one day we're both passionate and we're both full of fire. Another day, Paul will phone me up and I've got my feet up and the fire
We
on.
want to just go for lunch.
And we just want to go for lunch and talk and slag people off. So what's nice is that we can pick and choose, and we do pick and choose. So we don't, we're not desperate or we don't have to, do events to keep us ticking. We've both got other things what keep us ticking. So the projects we choose are the projects which we're passionate about, And as I say, said earlier, we may work on different projects, but then, Paul will pull on my expertise on certain areas, and I'll pull on Paul's expertise in certain areas. So it depends on what day of the week you call and what the vibe is and what's on the table.
It's actually occurs to me now you said that. It's because we come from a sports development background. We started when we were 18. Both of us, I was 18 quicker than he was, but we started in sports development and in sports management way back. And that's helped us, I think, as well, because, in the fight game now, people really focus on, you've got boxing promoters specifically, you've got mixed martial art promoters and event managers specifically. But we've sort of put our toe in the water of many of them different things across them years. And I think that's why we've been able to do that is, promoting's promoting and managing's managing. It doesn't really matter what it is, as long as you've got an interest in it. And I think that's what we've done over the last 20 years is sort of really, spread ourselves wide and try to promote and work in as many of the different fighting genres and fitness and strength sports genres as we can. That's why it's been enjoyable, as Joe said.
Yeah. Do you think Fighters Inc. get the credit it deserves? You don't have to, without being too controversial, you don't have to be. Because, for example, again, I think it's often forgotten in the UK in particular that, for example, you guys held the first hybrid show in the UK. So do you think, is that something that bothers you, or is that something that you're not here for the plaudits, you're here to just to,
I don't know about you, Paul. We're not here for the big round of applause. We do what we do and we just crack on with it. It's not, at the end of the day, it's not about us, it's about the show. And I think that's important. That funny enough, I was talking to someone from a fight magazine a few months ago, and what I was trying to explain to them is that what we do is about the brand. I was specifically talking about the 10K Karate Clash. It's not about me, it's not about Paul, it's about the 10K Karate Clash. And I think a lot of the events and the brands which we've done, people don't even know some of them events are ours, because
they don't need to, do they?
They don't need to.
They don't need to. As long as they know the event.
They know the event and they know the brand.
We've done our job right. They know the event, but why would they need to know it's us? I mean,
that's right.
More in the background, the better. To be honest,
And I think that says a lot, And when you look at the different brands and the different shows we've worked on the different shows we've produced and we've floor managed and done marketing for, there's probably a big number of events, fighters, TV shows, films, this, that, the other that we've worked on, and people don't know that we've worked on them. But as I say, it's not about us. It's about that, whatever that brand or individual or show is.
Brilliant. Finally, as we said, it's 20 years today.
Yes.
What can we look forward to from Fighters Inc. moving forward? I know you've got a few things cooking that you might not necessarily have to talk about, but what's on the horizon in the near future for Fighters Inc. that you can talk about?
What you've been, Paul's been working on some projects with the arm wrestling, and also some floor management of events.
Yeah, the digital stuff's coming obviously now. It's not just a lot of our stuff is it's been televised over the years, but there's sort of with obviously the digital age and the internet, we've been working on shows specifically for that. We've had a lot of success within sort of YouTube and then various areas. But this 2018, we're into 2017 now in December, obviously, but 2018 actually always in even years. you know, there's an even number seems to be when we do an awful lot for some reason. But that's, you know, there's a lot of plans for next year. You know, there's we start off in March time, obviously with 10K. We've got an event. I mean, I can't say an awful lot about it yet, but you know, there's an event planning in April, which is going to be amazing, with a big star, and this star is going to be a star in the next couple of weeks. Watch out for him. You'll see him on TV very soon, and then we're going to do some work with him in April, and then we'll move into we've got some. It's hard because I don't want to say, but you know, we've got some really big things for next year. Really good stuff.
We got some other plans which, you know, contractually we can't talk about, but put it this way, we're on the last sort of 2% of a major deal with a major brand within the martial arts industry, within the combat sports industry, and we believe it'll be a game changer to the whole of the industry, and kind of a different change in direction for us, but still, you know, still very combat sports, if you like. But hopefully we'll have an announcement on that January, February. But that'll be a fairly major announcement for the combat sports world, I'd say.
Amazing.
Amazing. So just you might be a bit shocked with it next year, you know, but it will be a big announcement if we get the ball over the line. We're on legals. We've been working on the project for 2 years with a major name from the martial arts industry, and yeah, you know, fingers crossed we get the ball over the line for these last couple of percent, which our legal team's working on. But it's 2 years in the making.
Brilliant. Well, congratulations on 20 years of Fighters Inc.
Cheers, Rob.
And good luck for all the things you do in the future.
Not another 20 years.
No,
10 years and we're out.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.